Danger Dolan. From nuclear devastation from angry politicians to alien invasions coming out of the sky to take all our stuff, we count 15 of the deadliest, still possible ways the world may end. Number 15. A solar storm, part of an 11-year cycle building towards a solar max, in which the sun emits high doses of electromagnetic radiation and magnetic-infused bubbles of gas that can reach Earth in seconds. When it hits, it knocks power grids out for hundreds of millions of people, costs trillions of dollars to fix, halt communication and international trade for years, and end up killing millions of people. We've already seen this happen a couple of times in the last 2 centuries. In 1989, power was knocked out for all of Quebec, Canada. A massive solar storm could have dire repercussions for the people of Earth. And the scariest part is, we'd have almost no warning. Number 14. Planetary heartburn. Deep in our vast oceans, there exists a gas-storing structure known as clathrates, which, over time, build mass quantities of greenhouse gas like methane. Supposing global warming continued as we've seen over the years, these clathrates would turn into explosive time bombs that build up too much gas, erupt, and spray over 400 gigatons of greenhouse into our atmosphere. It would be the Earth equivalent of heartburn and set us upon a path of destruction from which there is no return. Number 13. Nuclear war. This is the one I personally believe could very well happen. All it takes is one madman to fire off a nuke at another nuclear-equipped country, and we're looking at a war which will devastate the surface of our Earth and obliterate large chunks of the human race, providing the deterrence theory fails. Today we're looking at North Korea's big offensive talk, to Iran's supposed secret nuclear arsenal, increased nuclear stockpiles in China, Pakistan, India, and stalled negotiations to reduce the amount of nuclear weapons in the US and Russia. It's no wonder the doomsday clock, which counts down to humanity's destruction, has been pushed up to 5 minutes to midnight in 2014. Number 12. An asteroid or meteor impact. Many theories suggest it was a giant meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs, and these same might be true for us one day. It's generally agreed that a meteor 1 mile across would wipe out our civilization of Earth, and it's thought the dinosaurs were killed by a meteor 6 miles across. To make matters worse, if a rock that size were hurtling towards Earth, it would be impossible to destroy with a nuclear weapon. In fact, we need a nuke 1 billion times more powerful than anything we've so far created. Number 11. A super volcano. We only have about 500 volcanoes in the world, but we know of 4 super volcanoes, one of which is Yellowstone in America, Lake Toba in Indonesia, Taupo in New Zealand, and Era Caldera in Japan. What makes them so different? Well, the explosion from any of these would be thousands times more powerful than any other volcano, and the devastation it would unleash. 2,000 million tons of sulfuric acid. Basically a nuclear winter with dust and debris blocking out the sun. Number 10. A space colony bombardment. Straight out of Star Trek. When we see the day of colonizing alien worlds, eventually we'll have self-sustaining societies that won't even need the resources from Earth. It unlocks the grim possibility that, unlike today where countries won't fire nukes because we all share the same planet, ecosystem, and fear for counterattack, if another world were to secretly unleash a bioweapon or doomsday device on Earth, it would have no effect on the attackers. It wouldn't turn into a world war or even a star war. It'd be star genocide. Number 9. An alien invasion. It's damn near impossible to gauge what an alien civilization would make of us. Would it be like us approaching a caveman from tens of thousands of years ago to say what up before we take their club and beat them to death with it? Would they be curious? Would they be able to process thoughts like we do? Would they even have physical bodies? And if so, are they reliant on worldly resources to survive? If so, we might have a problem. Aliens are too unknown for us to speculate on. But if we were to meet far advanced humans from the future, would they greet us, murder us, or maybe even kill us by accident with some foreign supervirus that they might be immune to? The great unknown, unanswerable question is always the scariest one. Number 8. A biological pandemic. Speaking of a supervirus, so long as we retain our monkey suit human forms, we are always going to be susceptible to a deadly disease which can wreak havoc on our internal organs. In the last century alone, we've had at least 4 epidemics like HIV, SARS, and the 1918 influenza, which killed more people than World War I. Even worse is the possibility of biological warfare, weaponizing deadly diseases like Ebola and cholera, which have already happened. a type of internal nuclear attack from which there is no escape. Number 7. A man-made black hole. You've all heard about the Large Hadron Collider, a 17-mile atom smasher from Switzerland designed to replicate theoretical events surrounding the original Big Bang by smashing particles into each other to produce explosions. And while physicists scoff at the mere suggestion of producing a new black hole, even going so far as to put a fake black hole creation button on the wall outside the collider, nobody can really say for sure whether an increase in the speed of particle smashing would or would not in fact create a black hole powerful enough to swallow the Earth. And they are still doing tests with increases in speed. Number 6. A robot takeover, as seen in I, Robot or the Terminator films, a self-aware robot intelligence that transcends its human creators to become the dominant species on this planet. While a lot of it is phooey, many computer scientists feel we're close to something known as the singularity, a point in which artificial intelligence overtakes human intelligence. I mean, there's been talk you can fit the capacity of a human brain on a 100 terabyte hard drive, so imagine what a mind with 10 or 100 times that would accomplish. Of course, a robot takeover wouldn't be like in the films. It would slowly take control of the human race through cybernetics, transhumanity, and nanomachines. It's a scary thought. Number 5. Our computer simulation gets rebooted. A real-life matrix. Are we just codes in a computer program that might get switched off? If we took computers as we know them today and used that as a template for a universe built into a Windows 7 program, we'd be able to find bugs, glitches, and restrictive laws based on either computational limitations or in-program limits to prevent the program going rogue. And strangely enough, we do have limits in certain phenomena, the speed of light being a major one, how no known matter can exceed the speed of light, or the limit on the amount of energy that cosmic ray particles can have. Maybe we're just characters in a future Sims title, Sims Earth. Number 4. An ice age, an effect of climate change, weather so cold that it trickles down from the polar caps to swallow entire countries. Death, unlike anything you've seen before. It won't happen in our lifetime, but future generations will spit on your grave when icebergs start rolling down their neighborhood. Number 3. Time travel. Now, while most would agree that traveling back in time is fundamentally impossible using the knowledge from present day, there are those out there that feel you can go back, but only to the point where the time machine was invented. Furthermore, quantum rules would prevent the traveler from doing anything that contradicts what we know in the present. So you can only travel back to do the thing you were going to do anyway. Because time travel is such a volatile theory, like creating a miniature black hole, nobody can really prove one way or another that it would work, and what destructive effect it would have. Hell, we don't even know where black holes lead, never mind how timelines work. Number 2. Earth spins off its axis. Currently, our planet is held in place by a very strict pull of gravity from the sun, so that it moves in a perfect ring to form a year. The Earth is also tilted on a slight 20-degree axis, so 4 times a year the hemisphere will be pointing towards the sun, creating our 4 weather seasons: summer, winter, autumn, and spring. If enough energy collided with the planet and moved it from its delicate gravitational pull, the result would be catastrophic. North and South Pole would boil and melt, floods everywhere, earthquakes would destroy all land on Earth. If it got closer to the sun, game over, man. Water would evaporate, atmosphere would disappear, and then we collide into another planet and die. Number 1. The Mayans mixed up their dates. According to the old Mayan civilization, the world was due to end December 21st, 2012, and whoops, nothing happened. However, it's possible the guy that had to carve in the calendar date misheard 2012 and actually meant to write in 2021. And if so, we're all dead. This angers me, and now I don't know what anything means anymore. So that's the end of this list. You're gonna have to deal with it, son.